90.3 FM. A very beautiful afternoon to you, everyone listening to me this afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon to you. And of course, ticket time is 1:15 p.m. just right here in the studios of your number one dial, your number one super dial. Okay, your number one mega dial, VOP 90.3 FM. Stay well and let's get talking this beautiful afternoon. Don't forget that you can be part of this conversation across all of our social media platforms. Yeah, we're streaming. Go there, and of course, join the conversation. Okay, our WhatsApp portal is also open. Yeah, the number is 081-717-56338. 081-717-56338. All right. For those joining us, maybe for the very first time, yeah, I want to say welcome. My name is Jude Ikami Jude. That's my name. And of course, this afternoon we'll get to let me get to introduce my guest. Yeah, a senior journalist, a writer, and those people who started protesting in Nigeria. Peter Nosike is in the studio, everyone, this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Nigeria was born, the man was created into struggle.
Yeah.
So protest is as old as the human race.
Okay. Oh, it's okay. Everyone, you heard him. He said protest is as old as, say that again, as human race.
Yes. Protest is as old as creation, is as old as the human race. So from the beginning, we begin that to protest. Even when a baby is being born, he stands on financing terrorism. It is me and you and the other Nigerian workers. I hope that they are listening. It is the Nigerian workers because Ajaero is the head of Nigerian workers. So when you invite Joe Ajaero, you have invited the Nigerian workers. If you detain Joe Ajaero, you have detained Nigerian workers. If you say that Joe Ajaero is financing terrorism, you are saying that Nigerian workers are financing terrorism.
Okay.
But for me, this is business argument. This is business accusation. Because for one, there's no even the slightest motive.
But what is really going on?
Well, this is a punitive measure by the presidency to bring about totalitarianism in the country. It's just a punitive measure to subdue every voice of the opposition. So, but it's not going to work. We know the Nigerian police and what they stand for. It's an organization that is trained to lie. It is an organization that is trained to fabricate things. So nobody in his wildest imagination will say that the Nigerian workers are financing terrorism. What is the motive? That the Nigerian workers are engaging on cyber security, on cyber crime, and so this is crazy.
Do you think it's a way to get back at Ajaero?
For what?
You know, the last nationwide strike.
For what? This is not Ajaero in question. This is Nigerian workers. Understand me? Just like detaining my father is like it's detaining me. Understand me? So detaining Ajaero is detaining Nigerian workers. Inviting Ajaero is inviting Nigerian workers. So they need to go and build that's a correctional center that will have to contain all the Nigerian workers. This is what I'm telling that Eboteku to go and do, because it's the Nigerian workers that he is inviting. It is the Nigerian worker that he is accusing of financing this. That's whatever. So for me, it is business. It doesn't even make sense.
You recall the names some time ago that we were told are those financing terrorism in Nigeria? About 400 names or thereabout. You know, that wasn't released up until now.
How many of them was invited?
No, the issue is saying that a person like Ajaero is financing terrorism.
No, Nigerian workers are financing terror. Let us put it straight. What Ebotoku is saying that Nigerian workers are financing terrorism. That is what Ebotoku, that you and I are financing terrorism. That every worker in Nigeria is a terrorist. Because for you to finance terrorism, it means that you are a terrorist. So Ebotoku is saying that you and I, Nigerian workers, are terrorists.
The big question is there something on the ground that Nigerians don't understand, don't know? Is there something going on?
It is a clamp down on voices of the opposition. That's what is happening.
Really?
It is a clamp down on the voices of the opposition. If you have followed this story, you will remember when they won. DSS first of all denied that they were not responsible for the invasion of the NLC headquarters in Abuja. That the police owned up and now said that NLC was not their direct target, that there was somebody who rented an apartment and was using the apartment for illegalities. They never told us that the person had been arrested. Then all of a sudden, we now hear that Ajaero, the head of the Nigerian workers, is financing terrorism. To me, it is pure business. It is a business accusation because there's no motive for that.
Right now, there is an information filtering in right now that the leadership of the NLC has threatened to down tool nationwide in the event that the Nigerian police detains Ajaero. If you detain Ajaero, we'll down tool. Some persons has it that there's going to be another protest if you detain the NLC president. You know, some persons have said that, you know, there will be shutdown of the economy if anything happens to Joe Ajaero. And that's why I'm asking, why? How is Joe Ajaero related to what is going on in the country? It's quite crazy.
Well, shutting the economy should be the best thing to do. Understand? Because if your father is arrested, will you continue to work? He shouldn't. So Ajaero is the head of the Nigerian workers. Understand? And arresting him is arresting Nigerian workers. Detaining him is detaining Nigerian workers. Because he is just the face of the Nigerian workers. So that's what brought about the emergency meeting that was held this morning. Understand? So if they detain him, then it means that they have detained the Nigerian workers. So nobody should work. Understand me? National Union of Electricity, that's employees cannot go to work while their head is in detention. National Union of Airport employees, Naote, shouldn't go to work while their head is in detention. Nupeng shouldn't go to work while their head is in detention. So once they do that, then Nigerian workers should at least step aside until we see where this thing gets to.
Some persons have said, you know, recently that NLC Joe of those who planned the last nationwide protest. You know, that I mean, they're pointing, accusing fingers to him that he was part of those who, alongside Omoyele Sowore and some other persons, were, you know, part of those who planned the nationwide protest. Do you think that's why they are coming hard on him right now? By extension, like you said, to all other Nigerians.
Well, for me, this government is fond of just mentioning things. Understand me? Ajaero, that's to the best of my knowledge, what inspired the nationwide protest was hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? Hunger does not need any other thing to motivate you. You are already motivated. Understand me? So, hunger brought people to the street because Nigerians were not eating. And government was being insensitive. That was why Akpabio said, go and protest while we eat. Understand me? So, hunger brought out Nigerians to the street. And Ajaero is a unionist. It is his responsibility to protect, to defend the unions. So if defending the unions is an act of terrorism, then they should prove it. But we know that Nigerian workers have no immunity. Ajaero has no immunity. Ajaero is a law-abiding citizen, so now he will go and he will heed the invitation as a law-abiding citizen, and then Nigerian workers will take it up from there. So my advice is that he should go and honor the invitation. Then let us now see what happens after. So now, the only thing that Nigeria police know is how to find the charges, but they cannot prove a thing. That's the only thing that Nigerian security agencies know: how to find charges, how to make a mountain out of a molehill. Understand? So let them detain him. And let us see how he has been financing terrorism.
Some persons believe that the key persons financing terrorism in Nigeria are not hidden. That if you ask an average man on the street, they can mention 1, 2, 3, 4 names in Nigeria, here in Nigeria, that are financing terrorism.
Jude, I don't know anybody financing
no, allegedly,
terrorism.
I'm saying that if you walk to some Nigerians, all right, they can point out names of persons they're suspecting are financing terrorism, allegedly financing, terrorism in Nigeria. Like I mentioned in the list, that the Dubai United Arab Emirates refused to release, or maybe they released the names and Nigerians decide to just keep the names. Now, aside that, I'm looking at okay. Now here is the big news. Now, right now, I hear that organizers of the just concluded End Bad Governance, in Nigeria, this last protest, are planning to stage another protest in October. And this one, they call it what do they call it again now? They call it Fearless in October. Fearless in October. Fearless protest in October. Peter Nosiki, are you not worried?
Well, I don't. What you are saying is news to me, but I know that their demands what led to the protest: hunger, starvation, insensitivity on the part of the government, has not been addressed. Or the presidency has not addressed what led to the End Bad Governance protest.
Yeah.
Understand? So instead of addressing it, they are showing more insensitivity. Example, with this $100 and something million presidential jet that they bought. Understand me? Now, using me as an example, understand? My son cannot be complaining of hunger and I'll go and buy a car. It doesn't make me a good father. It does not make me a good father. So what the presidency did by buying that, because the argument that Bayo Ononoga tried to prove is that it was bought below the real cost. We don't know the actual cost and the below cost. They thought that Nigerians are stupid. Understand? We cannot see beyond our nose. And they understand me soon. My son cannot be complaining of hunger and I'll go and buy a car. It doesn't make me a good father. So going to buy that presidential jet while most Nigerians are going to bed without food doesn't make them good leaders. It doesn't show compassion on the part of the presidency. So what prompted the End Bad Governance nationwide protest has not been addressed. And if it's not addressed, it's likely going to trigger another round of protest. It is likely going to trigger another round of protest.
Look at it this way. The protesters are saying, okay, they've listed a lot of demands. They listed so many that I cannot start reviewing right now. But the federal government have said, hey, we are doing our best, every best possible, to handle all of these issues you've listed. Give us time.
Well, 2 months, October is 2 months away. Understand me? And for me, that is time enough. So, somebody asking for time and you give him 2 months. Now, if somebody is owing you and the person say, give me time, I will pay you, and you give that person 2 months, at least by that 2 months, he may come up with something. Hold this one. I will bring the rest. So if they want another round of protest by October, and government is saying, give me time, October is time enough. Understand? So before that October, the government should at least do one or two things and now ask for more time.
Do one or two things and ask for more time, you say?
Yes. Government should at least do one or two things and then ask for more time.
The basic thing is that these guys are warming up for another round of protest again. And so it looks as if, okay, in Nigeria now, the only language or what we continue to see is protest after protest after protest after protest. But the key thing is, it looks as if the way some persons are planning to protest, another person is planning to counter the protest, like what happened the last time. You know, a whole lot of persons, a whole lot of lives were lost.
But
how do we continue? Can we continue this way?
The End Bad Governance protest was a huge success. On this, the counter protest, because those people that tried to counter the protest, one, they don't have their own separate market. They don't have their own separate filling station. So they should be ashamed of themselves. Because those protesting are also protesting on their behalf. They should be ashamed of themselves. But I still say, if next protest is to happen on October and they have given you 2 months, you should try and at least address one or two issues to calm them. Because if nothing happened, the October one might be more than the one that happened between the 1st and 10th of August. So for me, 2 months is time enough for government to at least address 1-2 issues. All issues can never be addressed at a time.
Of course.
Yes.
Now look at. I was having a discussion with someone and they were saying, hey, if government can just, one, open up the borders, 2, reduce the price of fuel to at least, even if it's not 250, maybe 300 or 350 in short, then find a way to tackle insecurity. But before then, address these two things: fuel and food. Open the borders, reduce the price of petrol. That at least this will be praising, to an extent you will be saying this government is doing well. What do you think?
Well, fuel cannot sell for 250 or 300 based on what is happening in the international community.
Let's get something clear. It cannot be sold for 250 or 300 again in this country?
It cannot. Fuel cannot sell for 250, 300 again in this country. We should be watching the trend. We should focus what is 300, and that being realistic, it's not possible.
But every Nigerian will tell you it's being stolen every day. The money is being stolen every day in and out of this country. Is that not enough to at least better this country in one way or the other?
Well, I don't have.
If government removes subsidy is gone, then what way do we benefit from government? What is the duty, the core duty of government?
The core duty of government, that's unquote, because some people are not even sure if what you have is government. But government, as the way we define it, the core duty is one: protection of lives and property of the people. Then attending to the welfare and well-being of the people. And you can only do this by subsidizing things for them.
Beautiful.
So without any government that removes subsidy is anti-people government. Because that's the only thing that government does for you. Creating enabling environment. Government should not build my house for me. Understand? But they can subsidize the building materials, understand, so I can afford my own house. I'm not expecting them to build a house for me, understand me? But they can subsidize things for me. Subsidy simply means government helping you to purchase what ordinarily you cannot. Understand me? That's why I keep on saying that they have been paid. When the landing cost of petroleum product is 1,200 and you are buying it at 600, government is subsidizing 600 for you. Understand me? So everywhere in the world, government subsidize things. They subsidize the high cost of energy. They subsidize food items. They subsidize education. So there's nowhere in the world that government does not subsidize things. So, and when there's no subsidy, then there's no need for government.
Beautiful.
When there's no subsidy, there's no need for it. It means on man to himself. Understand? That you have government is because he is helping to make things easier for you, not better, but easier for you. Understand me? They're helping that to create an enabling environment for your skill to be profitable. That's what government does for you.
Peter Noseke, look at what happened in the North, during the last End Bad Governance protest. In fact, the effect is still ongoing, kind of.
It will continue. Will continue.
Now, these guys are talking about another protest in October. We've not even... I'm imagining what's going to happen in Nigeria. If this becomes the trend, what's going to happen?
Well, it will turn to a state of anarchy. It will turn to Somalia. Understand me? So for me, government, I used to say that the biggest cure for insecurity is good governance. Nigerians are one of the easiest people to govern in the world. Nigerians are not very ambitious. What Nigeria needs is just the basic things of life. Understand me? What Nigerians need is just the basic things of life. And any government that can provide that can stay even for 30 years. Nobody will care. Understand me?
Yeah.
Once you can give them the basic things of life. One, subsidize give them constant power supply at an affordable rate. Constant power supply at an affordable rate. Create enabling environment for them to use their skill. Wipe away insecurity. Nigerians are hardworking. Understand me? Nigerians are very hardworking people. Create enabling environment. Give them constant power supply at affordable rate. Just build road. Reduce taxes. You see, Nigeria will begin to grow on their own. Government won't even have much to do. Government will not have much to do if they can just do the basic things. That's why I say that Nigerians are one of the easiest people to govern in the world. Understand? We are not ambitious. We are not asking for what the people in Europe are asking for. Understand? Just help us to survive, not to live.
Okay.
Understand me? Help Nigerians to survive. Others want to live. Nigerians are just asking to survive. But government has been unable to do this for the past 9 years. And it's it is very, very unfortunate.
All right, everyone, in case you're just joining us, let me put out the news to you, in case you've not heard it. Organizers of the just concluded hashtag End Bad Governance in Nigeria. That's protests that held between August 1st and 10th are planning to stage another protest in October. The director of mobilization of the Take It Back movement, Damilare Adeola, who disclosed this yesterday, said that the protesters' demands will remain the same unless there were other issues requiring them to add more. He said, and I quote, "Yes, it is called the Fearless in October protest. Fearless in October protest. Our charter of demand stands as the same. We would add more as the country decays further." That's what he said. They were asked. Somebody was asking them on whether the protest would heed court orders from state governments requiring them to hold demonstrations at designated points. Adeola said, "We won't accept the compliance at all." And of course, similarly, an activist and human rights lawyer, Deji Adeyaju, said efforts were currently being directed towards ensuring the release of protesters who had been arrested during the previous protest. Now, the big deal is government, or should I say government, some people allegedly would want to come up with a force that will in turn, or let me say, okay, fine, there's a word, protest against protest. In Nigeria, you have never seen people protest and they come out without any other force, hitting them from behind or from the front or from anywhere. We've not seen people protest in peace in Nigeria. Just like the last protest, we thought, okay, everyone, since it's hunger and everyone is hungry in one way or the other, we thought everyone will come out en masse to protest. But later you found out that some persons were sent by some unknown people who came to make sure that the protest was aborted. That's one. Two, they were asked to be confined in just one cubicle, one area, and not live there. How sure are we that all of these will not happen, or even much more plans will not come in place to make sure protest or further protest in Nigeria is foiled?
For me, the easiest way to stop all the protests is for government to address the needs of Nigerians. That is easiest way for government to begin to address the demand of the protesters, because somebody who is on the ground don't have to fear to fall again. Nigerians are on the ground at the moment, so there's nothing. There's somebody who you will say you will die tomorrow. You say no, tomorrow is too far. Let me die today. Nigerians are getting to that stage. So government should begin to address this issue of hunger, because it is getting worse. The queues everywhere in the country now.
I'm still going to talk about that.
The queues everywhere. So things are instead of things getting better, it is getting worse. Instead of things getting better, it is getting worse. So government should start to address this issue of hunger, of starvation. It is becoming unbearable. Understand me? So it is better they do it than begin to use counter measures that will be unproductive.
In all fairness, I went out to hear from a couple of persons, Nigerians on the street, and guess what they said? They said instead of the president or instead of the federal government going ahead to purchase this presidential jet, that money can be used to do a whole lot to take care of several needs of Nigerians, especially the demands of these protesters. That when you put all of these monies together, purchasing jet, purchasing yacht, purchasing these and that for the president or for those, at the top in quote, that these monies can be diverted to help an average Nigerian. And so that there would have been no need for the president to go ahead to buy the private jet. Now I want to ask you, do you consider that statement as, would you give a nod would you give a nod to that statement, or you feel, okay, the president should be also taken care of, however it is?
Excuse me, when you say to address the need of the protesters, you are trying to pigeonhole it or to second it. Those that protested are the representative of Nigerian masses. So those are the demands of Nigerians, not just all the protesters. Just as we have democracy and some 360 people in the House of Representatives and 109 in the Senate. Everybody cannot be in the House of Representatives. Everybody cannot be in this. So those people are representing the Nigerian masses. Those are the National Assembly, unquote. So what those that protested are demanding are what Nigerian masses are demanding: better life.
Okay.
Better life. So, and for the presidential jet, they made the argument of the Malawi Prime Minister that died in air crash. Understand? Mm-hmm. The Iranian Prime Minister that died in air crash. Nobody wants our president to die. Our president should not die in an air crash. Okay. But there are still other ways of the president not dying in an air crash. Understand? There are better ways of protection. He needs to be enough and healthy to rule Nigeria. But that presidential jet was buy at the worst time in the history of the country. That is gross insensitivity on the, no matter the argument that Bayo Ononoga tried that to put forward. He will not convince even a 6 years old baby.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I just want to look at a couple of things right now. I want it to be quite conversational these, afternoon, especially as regards this protesting that these guys are talking about, and the fact that NLC is looking at it like, hey, if you arrest Joe Ajaero, if you arrest this guy, then we will shut down everything in this country. We'll down tool, and then let's face each other, eyeball to eyeball. In case you're just listening, some persons have actually pointed fingers to Joe Ajaero and have said, hey man, you are the one who is financing terrorism in Nigeria. Come and answer questions. And a whole lot of persons have been asking questions. A whole Joe Ajaero, how would you say Joe Ajaero is the one financing terrorism in this whole country that we are?
What police is saying, I want to repeat, what police is saying that Nigerian workers are the ones financing terrorism. That's simply that you and I are the ones financing terrorism. And that's what they always do. Emefiele, they accuse him of the same thing. This Badejo.
Oh yeah.
They accuse Emefiele of sponsoring even ESN, Boko Haram. This Badejo of Mighty and whatever. They accuse him of the same thing. Then tomorrow you might throw a stone at a car. They will also accuse you of financing terrorism. They always want to make a mountain out of a molehill. So for me, it is business, very, very business.
Okay. For him,
it is very, very business. And believe anything on earth.
Now, let me put that aside a little, and I'll get back to that. NLC is begging Nigerians to understand what's actually going on as regards fuels supply. They're asking Nigerians to please understand. Hear what they said. They are saying that Nigerians should understand. Understand very well. The spokesperson of NLC or NNPCL rather, Olufemi Shoneye, disclosed this in a statement while announcing the firm made 3.3 trillion naira profit at the end of 2023. 3.3 trillion naira profit at the end of 2023. All right, according to its financial 2023 audit. They were saying a whole lot of statement here, but then understand that things are the way they are. Nigerians should understand. Now, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make here is the fact that Atiku himself is mocking the administration as regards this subsidy thing. He's mocking. He said, well, you guys you really don't know what you're doing. And I remember somebody was saying that Tinubu was learning on the job, or he's learning on the job. Should we also say that at this point?
Well, for me, I have that high hopes that Tinubu will do better in the area of economy than Buhari. I have that high hope. That's judging from their background. I know that Buhari is zero. If there's anything like minus zero, Buhari is zero when it comes to economy. But I had that high hopes that Tinubu would do better than him in the area of economy. That judging from Tinubu's background, that's coming from the private sector.
Okay.
But what I am seeing now is my hope being dashed. Understand me? My hope being dashed because he never started as an economist. He never started as an economist because an economist, number one threat of an economist is cost consciousness. Cost consciousness. Tinubu was not cost conscious. An economist doesn't lose money. An economist doesn't waste money. Understand me? And an economist doesn't do his analysis based on hope. He does it based on reality. Tinubu failed on these areas. What do I mean?
Okay.
One, to grow an economy, you go anti-clockwise. Understand me? What do I mean? You start by cutting costs. Check where what is not bringing revenue, what is not bringing revenue, you begin to cut them. Understand me? One, he inherited a very weakened economy, a very bad economy, which he also expected. I also expected it. He shouldn't have had the number of ministers that Buhari had. Understand me? He shouldn't. Now, the Constitution said that 36, that a minister should come from each of the 36 states. And Abuja, that gives you at least 37. But Tinubu have around 48. And you have you inherited a poor economy. Understand me? So he should have started by implementing the budget that Oronsanya report would have helped him. And what does Oronsanya report stated? Reduction in the cost of governance. This is what Tinubu should have adopted from day one to reverse the mess that Buhari put him in. Buhari led Tinubu into temptation, but Tinubu refused to deliver himself from evil. Understand me? So Buhari led him into temptation, but he refused to deliver himself from evil. One, Buhari led two landmines for him. Understand me? Buhari programmed Tinubu to fail. That's why he shifted that subsidy to him. Buhari know that this is going to cause problem for Tinubu. He also shifted another rattlesnake, census. Understand me? These are two programs that he should have done under his tenure. But he quietly shifted it to Tinubu. Any day that Tinubu conducts census in this country, that there's going to be a problem. Understand me? So Buhari gave two knife snakes to Tinubu, and he embraced it. So they are still talking of a census. It is another danger in waiting for his government. Any day he implements, he conducts census, there's going to be a very big problem anywhere it goes. Whether it favors the north or it favors the south, there's going to be a very big problem. An instance, if we do census and the figure comes out that Lagos is now more populous than Kanu, there are going to be riots, serious one. Then the census result came that Kanu is more populous than Lagos, which we know that is not true. There's going to be protests in the south.
No, hold on. You said you know it's not true that Kano is more populous than Lagos.
It's never true. It's never true. It is.
What are your facts?
Never true. I have research on the census. Understand me? What attracts people to any part of the country is economy. It's economy, it's business, it is commerce. Lagos has that privilege of having an international seaport, an international airport, which Kano don't have.
Okay.
Kano just have Aminu Kano Airport, no seaport. And again, what the Northerners used to confuse the Southerners is that they are taking land mass to mean population. What gives you population is density. So there's more density in the South than in the North. But the North had an unwritten agreement that the most populous state in the South must not be more than the most populous state in the North, so that they will continue to use the population to rig the election. And the most populous state in the North is Kano.
I think I also saw the 2006 census.
Yes.
The last one. It says, I saw it where, I mean, I can't really recall the figure now.
No, they
Kano is higher than Lagos.
They gave Lagos 9 million. Understand me? 2006, Fashionda was the chief of staff to Tinubu. Fashionda was the head of census in Lagos State. And the Fashionda said that they used 11 days and 11 nights to count all the houses in Lagos State, which they got at 4.5 million. Makama was the head of the census. Understand me? So what they did was just to times that 4.5 by 2. It gave them 9 million, which means
just by 2.
Which means a household in Lagos just comprised of a husband and a wife, no children. That's the biggest rigging I've ever seen in my life. That's the biggest rigging I have ever seen in my life. I have participated in census, understand? And in the North, because you don't see their wives, you cannot count them. The head of the house will give you figure. You cannot say, no, I want to enter and see where their wives are staying. You dare not enter there.
Bashiga. That's what they call it.
So they give you figure. You just write it and go. But in the South, they will enter your kitchen, enter your bedroom, enter your bedroom. You see it? So, and this is why they not have been telling you that you can go for one term, you cannot go for 2 terms, because they believe that they have, and the politics is by what? Numbers. And the false numbers.
Again, they talk about the population of the North and the population of those in the South or West. That the North is more. And when you want to argue, they tell you, do you know how many children a man has in the North? The Almajiris, a man can marry 5 wives, 4 wives, 3 wives, 2 wives, and here we do just 1. And then aside the one, the 4 they have, a woman can give birth to like more than 6, 7, 8 children. And when you double it, you find out that the 4 wives are having like close to 30 something children. That's what they tell you.
I have researched on census. Do you know the animal called turtle? Mm-hmm. No animal makes more eggs than turtle. How many survives? So it is not how many children that you gave birth to. How many survives? How many survives? Okay, in Saudi Arabia is 100% Muslim country. Understand me? What's the population of Saudi Arabia? They should have been more than India now, isn't it? They should have been more than India. Going by it, they should have been more than China. Because if every man in Saudi Arabia should have 4 wives, which their religion are accepted, and then begin to procreate. Saudi Arabia should have been the most populous country in the world.
All right.
But today, the most populous Indian country, that's Muslim country in the world, is Indonesia. That's where you have the largest concentration of Muslims. What's their population? What's the population of Iran? Iraq is not more than 10 million, but they have more land mass than Nigeria. Iraq. So that is the thing. As I was saying, Buhari gave two snakes, knife snakes, to Tinubu, and that is what is causing him this issue now. The subsidy and the census. And it's going to be a very big problem for him.
Atiku has said the credibility of the present administration has been called to question over the continued payment of the subsidy on petrol. President Bola Tinubu has approved the request of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to use the 2023 dividends due to the Federation to pay for petrol subsidy. Reports in a session of the media also disclosed that the president also approved the suspension of the payment of 2024 interim dividends to the Federation in order to augment the oil firm's cash flow. All right. I would want to go on a very short break now. And when I return, Onoge is in the news, everyone. Something is happening that is very, very interesting. Stay there.
Jesse's #1 super dial. Voice of the people, 90.3 FM.
Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria comes alive as the city will host the best of African artists at the International Choral and Traditional Music Fiesta under the leadership of the festival's spiritual father and chief host, Archbishop Dr. Daniel Oko, General Superintendent of Christ Holy Church International and President of Christian Association of Nigeria. Asaba hosts the 8th edition of the Africa Sings Festival, an international choral and traditional music festival with great excitement and time of praise. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Oborewori, Governor Delta State. Come and celebrate Africa through workshops, seminars, concerts and competition, scheduled to hold from 8th through 13th October 2024. For more information, WhatsApp 0705 340 7629.
It is time for you to move forward. There is a reason for which God put you where you are. You need to find it so that you can live a life of impact.
It's something new on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Today is your day of freedom. Today is your day of deliverance.
It's Moving Forward with Pastor Sarah, a 15-minute teaching of God's Word by Pastor Sarah Omako, Senior Pastor, Family Worship Center. The world is filled with bad news, fear, and anxiety, but God's timeless Word brings good news of hope and victory.
If God says you can, you can. If God says you can move, you can move. If God says you will make it, you will make it. Nobody can stop.
Join Pastor Sarah Omako on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos, and learn how to win in life using God's Word every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:15 p.m. Moving Forward with Pastor Sarah on the station.
That glory, O Israel, is slammed upon high places. How are the mighty falling? Tell it not in Gath. Publish it on the streets of Ashkelon. Let the daughters of the Philistines rejoice, and let the daughters of the circumcised exult. Mr. Speaker, it is a pitiable dismal pisma. It is regrettably lugubrious that in a country that is so blessed with human resources, in a country that is blessed with oil, because of the mismanagement, because of the high-handedness, because of the meningistinal statism, and because of the directionlessness, because of the consciencelessness, because of the purposelessness, and because of the planlessness that greeted the oil sector, a vast majority of Nigerians still continue to vacillate between exorbitant enthusiasm and irrational irritability, while a microscopic few that have piloted the affairs of this nation live in Byzantine luxury and proprietary solicitude. Mr. Speaker, today I am happy I'm a Nigerian. Today I am happy I'm a member of the House of Representatives, because like I've always said, and this motion has demonstrated for the often time, that Parliament must be an instrument and vehicle of social engineering. Parliament must remain the coatus morums of the people, having superintendence over umbrages, contrast bonus more. Mr. Speaker, I am in perfect simulacrum with the prayers of this motion, and this is my humble logomachy, and the logomachy I made without logo passion.
You see, when you look at the West, Europe and the US and all that, you come to find out that the leadership there are people whose values are different from what we have here. The leaders are not thinking of owning properties all over the world. Go to Dubai, buying like primitive acquisition. They will buy houses in Dubai, buy in UK, buy in the US, buy in the Caribbean. It's a cost. If you go to their houses, you see not less than 20 to 30 vehicles, and they enjoy it. They like moving in convoy of not less than 20, 30 vehicles at a time, so that they will be the people that are calling the shots. In US, if you are a governor of, let me give you an instance like California, which is the richest state in US. You as a governor, if you dare put on convoy, you will not stay more than 24 hours in that office as governor of US, of California. You cannot. I gave you an instance the other time that in 2005, I went to eat in a restaurant. The governor of Texas drove in. He came alone. I didn't even know him. It was my late friend who took me out that was telling me that this man is the governor of Texas. If it were in Nigeria, they would drive away everybody in that restaurant. Or convoy with escort, police, DSS, military, everybody would have go down the whole of the restaurant. Try it in America. The next day you are gone, and you may go to prison for even trying that. Who are you as a governor in the US for you to take a private jet? What they are doing here, this scam they are doing here and calling themselves governors. You dare not. If you try it, you will pay through you tell them where you're going to get the money from to go and charter a jet. You enter the commercial jet and sit like every other person. Nobody cares. Nobody will be accompanying you to airport, clearing everywhere. People will be carrying bags. No, it's terrible. I landed in JFK 216. I was in the business class with one of the governors. He queued over there and he behaved himself. He cannot jump the queue. If he jumps the queue, he may end up not even entering US. They'll put him on the next flight and take him back to Nigeria, and there's nothing he can do. These are areas where they have sanity. These are areas that are welfare oriented, in as much as they're having hard times now because of the prevailing global economic situation. There's no madness in being in leadership or being in position of authority. They don't steal the way we are doing here. One man will own maybe 40 or 50 properties in FCT because he has entered the political position in the government. It is a terrible thing. It is worrisome and it is disturbing. I pity the upcoming generation. Is this what we are going to bequeath to them? It's very unfortunate to say.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Jude Ikami Jude, and he is Peter Anosike, my guest. And of course, you're on to Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Welcome back, everyone. Shortly, I'll get to open up the studio lines, but don't forget to start sending in your thoughts, your opinion, your query, your comments, everything, to the comment section. In case you're watching via YouTube, thank you so very much. Get to the comment section and let's read your posts. And then you can also join the conversation by going to send me a message via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 081-717-56338. 081-717-56338. Okay? Now, before I get to open up the studio lines, the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Walter Onoge, will tomorrow, at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, resume his legal battle against the judgment of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, the CCT, that ordered his removal from office in 2019. Well, the former head of the Nigerian judiciary is praying the Court of Appeal to void and set aside the CCT judgment delivered against him on April the 18th, 2019 on various grounds. Here is what I want to ask you, Peter Anosike. What will happen if this guy wins this case?
Well, for me, just a kind of to clear his name, nothing more.
Just to clear his name.
Just to clear, he cannot return again as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Even though I know that it was a Gestup kind of removal, he was abducted from office. Due process was not followed. But this is Nigeria, a country of impunity, a country where anything happens. So all he's fighting now is to get his name cleared.
Just to add to that, I don't know if you were surprised when I say, if you hear me say, or when you hear me say that the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, stunned the court today with the revelation that he was not in possession of the case file for the trial of Walter Onogen. 5 years after the conclusion of the trial, they are not with his case file. They can't trace it. They don't understand it. They know nothing about his case file. I mean,
well, it was an illegality that was carried on. Understand me? So it was an illegality, and we are in an electronic age. So things are, and I don't know how their courts operate, but I feel files are stored electronically. So I don't know. I cannot say. I don't know.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I want to open up the studio lines now, but let me let you know that the Nigerian Labour Congress today resolved to shut down the nation should the police detain or arrest its national president, Joe Ajaero. The resolution was reached at the end of his emergency National Executive Council meeting, which was held in Abuja, with some other executives joining virtually. If you arrest Ajaero, we will shut down the economy. Let's talk now. 0700 903 903 903. Feel free to join the conversation wherever you are. Call the number 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp 081 717 56338. 081 717 56338. Okay? Keep all of your comments very, very civil. Mind what you say on the national radio, I beg you. 60 seconds for you, don't forget. And then move away from your radio set or turn down the volume so we can hear each other. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. Let's do this now. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
If the NLC shut down the whole sector, it's a nice step to take. It's a good step to take. But one thing I want to ask federal government of Nigeria is the 400 names from United States of from Arabic country that issued to federal government about the people who are responsible for the sponsoring of terrorism. Where are all those names? So since when did Ajaero, the NLC chairman, become a terrorist? If they have accused that man that is a terrorist, that is sponsoring terrorists, it means that they are accusing the whole Nigerians. So what I want you to understand is whatever step that NLC is going to take if they arrest Ajaero is going to be a nice step. Every Nigerian, we are in support of that, whether they like it or not. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate your call. Thank you. Thank you. I'll get to read your messages, back to back. Or I'll take calls and read messages simultaneously. Okay? Is that fine? Let's talk to this person first. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon. Are you there? That's okay. You can call if you are listening to me from outside Nigeria. Just use their WhatsApp number 081 717 56338. That's a WhatsApp number. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, Jude.
Good afternoon.
Jude.
Good afternoon.
My
Yeah, God bless you. My name is Sifu. I'm calling from Abana.
Welcome.
Thank you. The issues are take. First, the threats by the sponsors of this last protest to the government that they are going to embark on serious protest in October. It's not I to tell you the date. Some said we need that's very much commendable. It's easy to say that the government should be, And
hello, Usifo, can you call back? Your line is breaking seriously from here. I don't know. Maybe you just call back. Try and see if you can just return the call. Okay, so we can hear you better. Thank you very much. All right, this person is saying no excuses for NPCL. How do the Asian and other European countries survive severe weather conditions? Okay, okay, thank you so very much. What is this person trying to say? Okay, let me talk to you first. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Good afternoon.
Yes, we are Nigerians, and the solution for Nigeria is not far-fetched. If we can be serious towards it, ask me how.
How?
Are you hearing me?
How?
Yeah. Yes. Nigeria should try and do what they have not done before. Nigeria should make politics unattractive. Ask me how again.
How again?
Yes. You've heard about China.
It's okay. Everyone is taking advantage of the situation of the country. First, you inflate the prices of your products. Now you are refusing to sell, so there will be more demands to enable you inflate the prices more. This is wickedness at the highest level. Olushoga Ajayi from Odolaiko sent in that message. Thank you so very much. Hello, good afternoon to you this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, can you there?
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
My name is Good News.
All right.
God bless you this afternoon. What I want to say this afternoon. What APC government come Nigeria to do, I promise you they're not going to succeed. Look at what Nigeria passing through now. Look at what we're passing through. We have oil, but we see the suffer for fuel. Our president don't travel for another country. When he go there, go to whether those countries suffer like we suffer for fuel like this. May he go see whether they beg for road as a Nigeria begging now. Look at common break, common break. For common man, we cannot buy now. We cry every day. Our farmer cannot go back so far. They say we not go buy passenger, but they don't buy passenger. When they get money to buy passenger, when Nigeria is hungry, when Nigeria is crying, when Nigeria is dying. One the call I don't question.
Thank you so very much. Yeah. This government just have been trying to make Nigerians not to speak out the mismanagement of Nigerians, scarce resources, leaving those who are committing crimes openly just because they are supporting the illegality. We have seen a lot of people sabotaging Nigerian economy like NNPC officials, the Nigerian police and army and other politicians and governments today who are walking free. Police should provide evidence of Ajaero for sponsoring terrorism. If there is evidence, there is no problem. Chinemere from Agbara. And went for that to say that the government are against the people because since 1999 up until today, Nigerians continue to go down. The problem is that all the policies being put out by this government is anti-people. This present government is confused as per where to start solving Nigerian problems. Thank you so very much, Chinemere. Appreciate your call. Appreciate your message. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Great. What's your name and your location?
Yeah, my name is Sonny from Sweden.
Oh, Sonny. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
It can be Judy, Nigeria is honestly we are trying to give up on that country, but it's still our country anyway. We cannot give up on Nigeria. When you look what is going on, from our leaders, it's not encouraging. And the most important thing is they fail to address the main issue while they are addressing something else. For example, look at Fulani herdsmen. In Nigeria Constitution, I've never seen where the Constitution states that the Fulani has the legal right of carrying arms. And when other states, come together to arrange a kind of vigilante or security that will be protecting their state, it becomes an offense to the eyes of the government. Now, if they are urging everybody go to farming without treating the main issue concerning the Fulanis and the herders, I don't think there will be a way out in terms of food supply in Nigeria. Because if we have a lot of food surplus, this hunger of a thing will not be coming up. People will be at least going for their daily basis work, daily duties and all that. They will know that, okay, we don't have we don't have light, we don't have a good road, we don't have water. That is another different issue. But when you have the originality of the citizens of the state, of the country, in the sense that you prevent them not to go to farm, and you leave one particular people to be roaming around the street, causing mayhem, giving them the right and the authority to get arms. Why, that gives them the authority to unravel anybody they have come across. I remember those days when we were growing up, the Fulanis were so friendly. They move around with their cattle without any problem with anybody, with a stick and a machete. They used to cut the grasses. But today, as soon as the past government came in, and they give them the license, give them the audacity to be doing a kind of things that is not right to the citizens.
Thank you.
And nobody seems to see anything wrong about that. It's quite unfortunate.
Appreciate
now, wait, I'm coming. Let's move to other sections.
No, your time. I gave you just 1 minute. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so very much.
Now, okay, you can be doing it. You are doing a good job.
Okay. Wait, 30 seconds more. 30 seconds. Yeah. Let me help you.
Okay.
I'm helping you. Let me help you.
Okay, happy. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. Now let's go to other departments.
All right.
You see, because the arm of the government, the judiciary and the legislation, this, people that guide the rules, they are not doing it. Let's for example, like House of National Assembly, the Senate.
Yeah.
They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I don't know how Nigeria can grow with this kind of mentality.
Thank you so very much.
We need to do better.
Appreciate you. Thank you so very much from Sweden.
Thank you.
Yeah. What part of Sweden? What part of Sweden are you?
Stockholm. The capital. Yeah, the capital. Yes.
Stockholm.
Thank you.
Stockholm. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you. Let's come back from Stockholm. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Are you in Stockholm too?
Are you hearing me? This is Udawoda from Isolo.
Oh, okay. I thought, is it okay? Isolo, close to Stockholm.
NLC president has called the man. All Nigerians go on protest. If they want to do protest, there's no time for one place. Maybe they move all over the road, everywhere, so that this government stays with us.
Okay.
People are hungry everywhere, there and there. This is APC government. Anybody will plan to put for them, God will punish all of them. That's my position, my bad.
Okay. Avoid the use of strong words, okay? I want to beg you. Okay, now, this person is saying once the foundation of a building is faulty, you will only be patching it for a long time. The final solution comes when you break it down and rebuild. Shei Court from Itire sent that message. All right. Okay. Thank you. My name's another drama by Nigerian police and federal government. We are in this country when names of those that is sponsoring terrorism. But up until now, police never invited anybody. Some weeks ago, a bandit openly accused one of those in authority, yet Nobody demand for his arrest. Now, they are inciting NLC President Joe Ajaero. This is the only country where the citizens ask for bread and get guns or bullets in return. Okay, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Kamijide.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Anasike.
Good afternoon to you. Let's go.
Yeah, you see,
your name, your location. Nigeria, your name, your location. Let's start.
My name is Chooks, calling from the United Kingdom.
All right, Chooks, let's go.
Whenever we complain, it's like we don't like Nigeria. This is the reason why we're complaining. Today, they are charging the NLC that they are a terrorist organization. Because just like Mr. Anotike said, when you charge their president, you charge the whole organization. Because he has that organization. And if they didn't report him to be taking them to another angle, then that is the case. And this is why we always say, if you are in a position of authority, in a position to speak out, do. You see, that song Vice President Osibanjo sang, last, everybody go chop that breakfast, including the media, the lawyers. We will hear their cries too. I'm not sorry for any one of them, because they were the people that were aiding all this injustice. Thank you, Mr. Ikamijude.
Thank you so
very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Appreciate you for your call. No organized protest can never work in Nigeria. The biggest protest will happen when everyone is pushed out as a result of severe hunger in the land. Chino from Isolo is saying that, really. Okay. How can anyone expect Kyari to be sacked as NNPCL GMD for non-performance in today's Nigeria? What about the Minister of Petroleum who sacks who? We can't be dwelling into the past, expecting the country to be better. If the past leaders failed, why are the new ones coming on board to also fail? Those who are afraid of smoke should not near the kitchen. Let no one cover up present leaders in all the high places who have failed massively. Heads will roll when Kyari is sacked. Hence, he remains untouchable. Tony Anele, right? It's okay. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. The other one is too long ago. Tony, thank you. Anyway, John from Ijaniki is saying, with the president giving priority of presidential jet over the masses shows that he is only deceiving Nigerians. He doesn't care about us. Michael Jackson. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Gideon.
Good afternoon.
It's never come the line.
60 seconds, let's go quickly.
My greetings to God of City.
All right.
Please, Gideon. The police is telling us that Ajaero is a terrorist sponsor. So they are telling us they don't know that the UAE, United States of Arab, give us a list of these people that are supporting this. They never act on it. Today they are picking Ajaero. I'm telling them one thing. This dynamite and the lighter they are holding on hand, all bringing it together. The day it will blow off, it will catch them first, then that hold it on their hand. Because they try to the debt that politicians hold. Politicians will cause this mess in this society. Then police will be protecting them with this kind of manner of things. Although we are not telling anybody anything, there is a part and says, that's where we are, but they know that advice can make you no jump fence. If you jump fence, any place where you jump, you go hang on that place. Tomorrow you go learn lesson about protection. This is a protest issue. Let me tell you, if government is the adamant, they don't want to face reality. We are going to end up like Sri Lanka and the Bangladesh. I'm wishing them this very, very soon. God bless you, my dear.
Thank you so very much. VOP 90.3 FM. Let me see if I can also read a couple of messages here again and then take your calls. This person is saying, I can remember that the NLC abstained from last protest just because they agreed to pay 70k minimum wage. I laughed and said that their time is coming. Sheikos from Itire is actually saying that. Okay, I'm Waliu calling from Oshodi, or sending the message from Oshodi. My contribution is that all our leaders should continue their act, because they are not leaders, but when the repercussions come, wallahi, the unborn children will whatever. Okay, thank you so very much. It's quite harsh. Okay, Joe Ajaero allowed himself to be used by Nigerian government. He kept quiet for a long time instead of doing what he was supposed to do before now. This government has nothing to offer Nigerians. That is why they keep on looking for fault where there is none. Ngozi from Ijayi. It's a shame that all the agencies created or elected to serve the people are now enemies of the people. They are now being used by government to punish the people through bad governance. The police, judiciary, INEC, army, senate, house of reps, ministers, governors, and so on. We need to wake up. Festus from Alakwere sent that message. Let's get back to the phone lines. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Oh, you call me back if you can. Please call me back, okay? Sorry about that. In fact, Nigerian government are now child's play. It seems our elders don't know right from the left anymore. Razak Faluadi from Abulegba. Thank you so very much. Let's talk to this person. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jude Ekani Jude.
Okay. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's Peter Osifo
okay.
calling from
Let's do this.
Yes, as I said, they called by the sponsors of the last protest on the government that they will protest in October. To me, it's commendable. In fact, to me, this will put the government on toes for them to act very well. Because we will follow the protesters this time around to protest. If the government does not give us enough food, if Nigerians continue to die in hunger and starvation, and of course the profligacy of the government continues. Then coming to Ajaero being invited by the police, to me it's also commendable. Please permit me to use you, Jude, as an example, an analogy in this case. Okay. If you are the landlord of a house that contains about 20 rooms, and you and your family members, especially your children, will live in, and then that you know something very much about it, you'll be prosecuted accordingly, and your children can't do anything. So what am I trying to say? Mm-hmm. During that last protest, so the police or the DSS went to NLC building and then ransacked that building and found out that in one of the, that is maybe what they got, that is intelligence report, that a Sudanese or a foreigner who has been, sponsoring terrorism in other African countries is in that place. So now he's on the run, they cannot find him. So is it wrong to invite the head of NLC? They are not inviting Ajaero as a person, but NLC. So it's not wrong for them to invite him and find out, actually if he knows anything about that man. Even if it is not Ajaero that is not there, maybe another person, they could have still invited that head of NLC. So there's nothing wrong. I don't see why Nigerians should play to the gallery.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you so very much, Peter Osifo. Okay, this one is saying some time ago, I did say that this government is the most uncoordinated government we ever had so far, and is now showing on how the affairs of this government is being carried out. Apostle Parry from Egon Lagos is sending that message. All right, thank you so very much for that one. All right, 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. 0700 903 903 903 is the number. Okay, let's talk to you. Good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Yes, please. I have something to say.
Say something.
Please don't be annoyed for time wasting. But the fact is, Nigeria banned rice importation. They banned other things, even both fuel subsidy, which the government did never sit down and check before he said this thing is gone. So, but he says, not, I think he has advisors. How can advisors result in that? He made a budget. The budget is not associated. He went and adjust it, add more money. Is it how to work? So the main thing is that at least they have to go, those advisors have to advise the way it is. Look at it. We have no security anywhere. Look at something like Sokoto. Part of it is from Boko Haram. Part of Kaduna is Boko Haram. The positioners, they are the owner of that side. Look, this man, Zulum said that he has everywhere is free. That how about the people run away from their house? They haven't gone back to their place. And he said even people can come and do harvest and everything. You see, when you look at it, it's not our place is not safe.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Somebody is asking a question here. Elions from Lagos. He's saying, please, when and in which budget was the appropriation of the new presidential plane made? When and in which budget? Okay, you want to say something?
I want to react to the so-called analogy that or the man from Abaranja made.
Okay,
understand? If you are an owner of a house and a criminal was found in your house, right, the police is not going to charge you for, if the person is an armed robber, the person will not charge you will not accuse you of being an armed robber, because you did not commit any armed robbery offense. What they can accuse you, which will not even hold in the court, is that you are shielding an armed robber, or that you are accommodating an armed robber, or at most aiding and abetting, which means you accommodated an armed robber. If the so-called foreigner is a terrorist sponsor, Ajaero cannot be accused of being a terrorist financier, because there's nothing that points that to that. They can just say that the NLC gave accommodation to a terrorist sponsor, and not that Ajaero is engaged in terrorism financing. It is a business argument. It doesn't make sense. But as I said, as a law-abiding person, as he will go and answer the invitation, because he has no immunity. But it will be stupidity on the part of Nigeria police to detain Ajaero.
Okay.
It will be stupidity on their part.
Okay. Organizers of the just concluded End Bad Governance protest that recently crippled economic activities nationwide are currently planning to stage more demonstrations across the nation in October. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. This is my program, sir.
Thank you.
One thing this government has told us, they don't want to destroy people's minds.
The noise is so much.
The noise is much. The noise is much, really. That place is so very noisy. I appreciate the fact that you want to reach out. Thank you so much, too. But in case you can, I guess you're driving or something. Just do something else, okay? Maybe park or get to a better place and then put the call across. Thank you so very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Move away from your radio set or turn down the volume. That's what we said, right? That's what we agreed on. Please. Thank you so very much. Okay? And now, let me see what this person is saying. This government told us to bear with them and fasten our seatbelts while they are all wallowing in luxury and flamboyant lifestyle. Please, help me tell this current government that hunger no get enemy. God is watching them from above and make them they play. Chief Soft Touch from Ikotun sent that message. Okay, from Lagos is saying this country is going down and down from the last administration to this present one. Why they come with propaganda, tribalism, lies, wickedness, corruption, cheating, impunity, abuse of power, and so on. We are in a mess, and I'm crying because I don't know what the young ones are up to right now. What is our future? APC has finished the nation more than any other party. Looking at the people called counter-protesters, allegedly produced by the government of the day. Do we see such people before? Have we seen such people before? They are ready for anything negative to achieve their goals. Insecurity everywhere and no solution. Bad economy that even French CFA is now much more than the Naira. It's a shame. Nigeria, rise up and do something better before it gets too late. That's what he's saying. It's okay. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's me, Emmanuel, calling from Oshudu.
All right, Emmanuel, let's hear you quickly.
Tamijude, based on what you are just saying this afternoon, honestly, don't see what Nigeria is passing through again. You can see, I don't know, it is turning us outside in Tamijude. Look at how everything is in this country. Yeah? Imagine there is no petrol again. Some police stations have been closing. Eh? Where is this party taking us to? People are in the streets begging because of hunger. Are we going to turn ourselves into a mother or be worse? Why is it that this leader in this country is killing us every day? Hunger everywhere. You can imagine there. Honestly, this thing is getting us hand. Let's people do something.
Thank you. Appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Let's get to YouTube, my friends. OC Tech Global is saying something here. He said, good afternoon, sir. I completely agree with Mr. Peter Nosike on the issue you are analyzing. The Tinubu government has not addressed any problem in Nigeria. They are just there making noise and causing people. And Blessing is saying, I urge everyone to go out and demand change. This administration does not mean well for the masses. Olakunle Olarinwaju is saying, good afternoon, my wonderful people. Please, I have a question, which is, since our Presido has approved payment of subsidy now, will the price of PMS come down? And will it be available? It's a big question everyone has been asking. Now they've started paying subsidy. How far?
They have been paying subsidy.
So why are we buying fuel? For how much now? I heard in Abuja is now above 1,000 naira.
1,200 in Abuja.
Why? What's going on?
Well,
the subsidy is back.
They have been paying. Tinubu had been paying subsidy before this. Now, they have been hiding it for a long time, but they cannot hide it anymore because NNPC is becoming broke. So they have to find a way that to make it official. So they have been paying subsidy. When the landing cost is 1,200 and for a selling for 600, you don't need anybody that will tell you what is happening. So they have been paying subsidy for many months now.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon to you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Ike. I'm calling from Ajaero.
All right. You move away from your radio set, too. Learn to move away from your radio set, please. I've got just a few minutes to roll. I'll take 2 more calls and then we're done for today. Is that good? Let's try. But then I'll see. Let me see if I can quickly touch on some other messages here. Okay. Kenneth Ubala is saying, good afternoon. Please, I want to ask Mr. Peter Nosike, what is actually the benefits of the region that has the most population in this country. Is there any what are you trying to say? Is there any special national cake for them? Okay, I think I understand. Is there any special national cake for these people? I'm sorry, Kenny Akintunde. I'm sorry, okay? Why always protesting? The previous one did not yield any result. If they want to do protest, they should do it in the way both the politicians will feel it. Omoru Mbano said that. Somebody said Osifo has woken up. Noble man. They said Osifo has woken up. Oh. Yeah, is Yahya Bello? Where is Yahya? That's what this one is asking. 20 medical students in kidnappers' den. Shame on Nigerian police. Nigerian police is serving and protecting their oppressors. That's what this person is saying. All right, thank you. Let me just take these 2 calls and we're done. Okay, one, quickly. Hello, good afternoon. We're good to go then. Thank you so very much, everyone. Peter Anosike, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much. Yes, my name is Jude. Ikami Jude. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. Thank God I could do this afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the show. On social media, I am all platforms, okay? Ikami Jude is my handle. IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH is just one word. Ikami Jude. All right? Good afternoon, everyone. And have a wonderful day today. I'm out of here.